and your guys are already here, actually.
That was quick.
What's up, guys?
What's going on? So we're going to introduce the show, and then I'll get to you.
Yeah, cool. We got another. James is jumping on too in a few minutes, so maybe just hold for a few minutes. I'll make sure he jumps on.
You're now listening to the Sneaker Box.
Oh shit, Louis clothes. Calling women
Grab those headphones.
Yo. What's up? Detroit is definitely in the building via headphone stereo speakers. Guru is finished eating in his car. What's up?
Oh, there we go. Now I can hear.
We're going to get together one day, eventually.
Us and timing.
Yes.
Sitting here like we're live, right?
Are we? Yeah, I think so. At least on Podcast Detroit, we are. Of course, this is the Sneaker Box Podcast with Sneaker Bar Detroit, part of Podcast Detroit family. Hold on,
Let's run through the intro today.
Yeah.
We got a special guest for listeners.
Most definitely. Man, where'd it go? Of course, I don't have it on me.
You're looking at that camera.
Okay, here we go.
I'm looking out the window. That camera.
No, yeah, no, we got somebody. We got a special guest on the Zoom. But first, make sure to follow us on social media. You can follow us on Twitter at TSB_radio. You can follow us on Instagram at the SneakerBox_radio. And you can follow us on our Facebook page by looking up the Sneaker Box Radio Show page. And make sure to call us every week on our new voicemail hotline, whether you have a sneaker-related topic you want to discuss or you want to respond to something we said on the show. Leave us a message by dialing 248-677-1803. We'll pick up the best messages and address them on a future episode. And I believe we have a number of them that we'll get to either later today or in the next episode. Go do something a little different today. Usually when we have a guest, we usually have them in the middle or the end of the show. But we're going to start the show this week.
Well, I mean, this would be the middle of the show, but, you know.
Normally, had I not got stuck in traffic. Gawker delays, man. I'm telling you, that's like the worst type of delay.
It absolutely is.
Because it's like, why are we stopping a little? If you're going to go look, just pull over, go around to the other side where the accident is, pull over, get out your car and help them.
So check this out. You guys remember when the Maison Chateau Rouge Jordan 1s dropped?
No.
Back like last November, I voted them Sneaker of the Year.
Yes.
And then everyone was upset they're maids, and I was like, no, this is it.
Yeah.
So it turns out that raffle was actually filtered by Sneak QL, who I have calling in right now from Australia, which is why we have starting the show with the interview.
Shoot.
That might be the longest
That's
guest
what's
we've
up.
had. Yeah, that's what's up.
What's going on?
What's up? Nice to meet you all. Thanks for having us.
We got both of them now.
of them.
So
What's up, guys?
How you doing? I'm Andrew, and this is James, who's just jumped on. Thanks for having us on.
No way. Our pleasure, man.
Hey, guys.
basically, let's start with basically your mission or what you're doing, and what it comes down to is trying to make everyone run fair and keep things fair. So a lot of these retailers have been hosting raffles, and there's a lot of people cheating, botting entries, and basically you guys are filtering them, correct?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, we all started from this idea that James and I are both big sneaker fans from back in the day, but we got frustrated with sites crashing, bots stealing stock, scammers jumping on board, and, you know, true sneaker fans not getting their hands on the sneakers they love. So we built a sneaker platform that retailers can use to manage these raffles, and it does exactly what you said. It weeds out all scammers and ensures that, you know, it's a fairly run draw that sneaker fans really get their hands on sneakers.
Right.
I wanted to ask you, how'd you come up with the name?
So it's actually pronounced Sneakle. So it's supposed to be a combination of sneaker and equal. So Sneakle.
That's a clever name.
It's clever, but it seems people call it SneakQL, unfortunately.
Honestly,
so I don't know if we landed on it or not.
Sorry if that's on it, guys.
No, you're not the first. You're not the first.
No, I always said the mother is the or what was it? The necessity is the mother of invention. So with you guys being sneakerheads and wanting a more balanced raffle system or a more equal chance to get a pair of shoes, you guys came up with this.
So I didn't even know that you guys were behind the Chateau Rouge drop, but I know recently you caught my attention again when Exhibition did the Off-White 4s, and I think you mentioned you represent Foot Patrol in London as well, right?
Yeah, we've been pretty fortunate. So we started off with the Maison Chateau Rouge launch out of Paris. We've done some work with Foot Patrol out of London. We did some work with a store in Amsterdam, and now we're doing some work with Exhibition out of Cleveland. So
Yeah, our
Cleveland.
condolences.
yeah, so we're kind of testing and learning as we go, and kind of working through, how people out there are trying to game the system a little bit, and we're building the technology to help kind of battle that.
Cool.
But yeah.
Tell me a bit about your guys' background. Is it an IT?
Yeah, so background in general in tech. So James and I both worked in our old work in tech, but my background is actually in marketing. James, you can kind of give your background.
Yeah, and I'm kind of product development and sales. So yeah, I'm the guy that's kind of reaching out to retailers, and especially kind of when we see that they're struggling and either the sites have gone down or they've been cleaned out by bots. I'm usually close in follow up to say, hey guys, like we've got a solution that can help you here, and yeah, hopefully take some of the load off of them.
When you talk about solution and bots and representing Exhibition, I know they were previously hosting all their drops on the Frenzy app, which you guys told me was owned by Shopify. We'll get to that in a minute. But when it comes to Frenzy, I know there was 3 bots. There was Mango, Shark, and Project Frenzy. What is your take on these bots?
Yeah, I think bots in general. So we don't have a take on individual bots. I think bots in general, for me, like, I'm in two minds, right? One part is you can't beat them all, right? The industry's moving and bots are in there and people are clearing out stock, people are using them. If there's anything that we can do on our end to just try to stop them, just a little bit.
All my co-hosts hate them, but I look at it as a necessary evil.
See, I don't like them, and that's kind of driving our platform, right? Because like, man, I've turned into a sneaker voyeurist, right? Like I watch the industry, but I can't get anything, right? Because I'm not going to line up. I don't have a bot.
You and me previously talked a little bit about that Union drop, and
yeah,
it was tough, and a lot of bots flopped actually because they asked the question. I think was like, "What color is an orange?"
Yeah, that's it.
But I was saying that I actually entered and hit or got first come first serve with that using a Chrome extension. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think a Chrome extension's fair.
It's pretty much just auto.
Yeah, because I mean, anyone can do that, right? Like a lot of the reasons that people are winning is because not only they have the bot, they have like the alpha bot that's going to beat all of the other bots in a race, and it's kind of like an arms race between people with the fastest bot that's going to kind of check out first, and that's not a fair system. Like that's just kind of rewarding a few people that have like the high power tech, and our goal is to try and give everyone a fair shot, and that means screening out the bots, screening out people that are trying to game the system.
Now,
and that's a big part of our run fair message.
The screening out process, you had briefly mentioned it, and you had said fuzzy matching. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, totally. We've got some really smart tech on the back end that kind of looks at different data that's entered by a customer. We kind of see if an address looks a bit dodgy, or if we see that address come up in different variations multiple times. And then we've got some smarts to kind of choose whether, is that really dodgy? Is it just 2 brothers that have the same size shoe in the one residence? And then we let that through. But we try to look at key indicators that would suggest that people are trying to game it through very close matched information shared in the entry form.
I got a question though, going back to the whole bot thing, because it seemed like, I guess when they first came out, like only a handful of people got them, and then as they started to grow, more and more people got them. So I think you mentioned like a super bot. Is that what developed? It was just an extension of that, since so many people had those. So now you got to build a better bot to outdo the other bots that other people had.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening, right? Like, and that's why the bot builders can charge such a premium for specific bots, because
Cyber is selling for over $5,000.
That's it. They can charge that premium, right? I mean, it really is an arms race, right? And the thing for us is, like, on one hand, we want sneaker fans out there to get sneakers they love, right? On the other hand, retailers don't have the money to spend on a website that can keep beating bots, right? They're not going to spend money every month trying to build and counter these bots that are getting developed and becoming super bots. So we're trying to help them out.
So that's always my question is, how much are these retailers and even the brands putting into deterring bots, because at the end of the day, they're trying to sell products. So whether it's me or a bot, as long as it's leaving their inventory in their warehouse, they could care less, right? Or
Yeah,
I think I know they'll cancel if it's even suspected.
yeah, and I think the way you can look at it like that sell-through is going to be 100% on these shoes anyway, like regardless of what happens.
right.
But the reality is, if you have bots in the system, then you narrow the group of customers that are going to be interacting with those brands, and it becomes a much smaller pool, and you end up not having people kind of connected to the industry, and you end up with a much smaller group of customers, which ultimately for the brands themselves, they don't want. Like this is a big factor of Nike's brand, it's a big factor of Adidas's brand. They want to have as many people involved in those launches as possible, not just kind of a few special folks with the high-powered bots winning everything and then reselling.
So that's
And then like also, yeah, but like also with exhibition, right? Like we've got a thing you can turn on where you can reward locals, right? So reward local customers, which is really cool, right? Because locals are getting really kind of frustrated with the system, right? Because bots are coming in a local area, clearing out stock, and they're not getting access to anything. So this whole idea of building loyal customers for retailers, right? Like you don't want to build loyalty in bots. You want to build loyalty in locals who are going to come in and buy stuff.
No, we had previously mentioned like we were talking like concepts or like the whole way that Kobe's release was unfortunate and resellers and taking advantage. And you had mentioned like, what if there was a way you could actually detect the real fans, or like look at their social media or look at analytical data? Or I think you referred to it as stacked ranked, or like coming up with similar to Cop Day, you could like purchase a $5 boost. You were saying, what if you looked at the odds, and more so every time you take a L, you get a increased chance, but once you win, you go back down, right?
Totally. Yeah. So
that's
I'll talk. You go, James.
Okay.
Oh,
so that's a product feature that we have called Sneakwalizer. So it plays on the Sneakwal name, and the whole goal here again is to try and get more product into the hands of more fans. So each time you lose, your chance of winning the next draw improve until eventually you win.
And the Kobe thing, just one thought on the Kobe thing. So imagine this, and this is what we're looking into building, right? Imagine if you entered a raffle and you put your Facebook link in it. And what our tech could do, it could look at your Facebook and it could see how long you followed Lakers and how long you followed Kobe for. And if you've been a long time fan, let's say you followed Kobe for 10 years, then we stack rank your chances, because we say, you know what, Dunks is a real fan of Kobe, so he should deserve to be stack ranked higher than someone who's just coming in there that doesn't like the Lakers. Right. Then all of a sudden, you're rewarding real fans.
No, I mean,
it all comes back to just playing fair and getting product in the hands of consumers, and I think it's all genius.
No, I mean, it's funny how like common sense it is, but
totally,
as I always say, common sense ain't so common anymore. So
the only suggestion or recommendation I had for you guys would be, just from experience, the easiest way to filter out cheaters or multiple entries is to do PayPal only. But I know a lot of retailers kind of want to stay away from that.
Yeah. I mean, we're looking at, the tech grows and we're learning as we go. At the moment, we take all types of cards, but we don't use PayPal. There's some complexities of how we build it in, but we plan to do it in the future. It's on the roadmap for sure.
And so just to understand the conversation, going back to like the retailers and the brand. Go ahead. Oh, I thought you was going to say something.
I was going to say, I think the biggest difference between us and what retailers are doing is that retailers' core business is retail and selling shoes, managing stores, all of those types of things. So for them to specialize in this area of trying to beat bots, trying to offer the fairer system, trying to offer kind of unique ways to reward loyal fans is kind of out of most retailers' skill set. So that's where, like for us, that we want to specialize and we want to partner with those guys to make sure that they've got the best tech to run their raffles. And then they can focus on kind of the core kind of business that retail is all about.
Right. And as you said, the incentive for them to do so is not to narrow down their customer base. Because as you said, the more and more people who aren't able to buy a pair of shoes because of bots, the more they get jaded and they move away to other things,
There's
or maybe to other
nothing-
retailers.
Exactly.
There's nothing more valuable
it.
than trust. And,
Agreed.
and with a system like this, you can establish trust with loyal customers.
That's exactly right.
No, I definitely agree with
Which,
that.
on that tip, I was curious, what are your thoughts on Shopify, and are they doing a good job with their filtration or their bot prevention?
You know, it's Shopify, like as a business, love them. I reckon they're awesome
Well,
for enabling.
You know that
Yeah.
they started Frenzy, and that completely flopped. I'd say Frenzy is dead, but the actual Shopify platform itself, what are your thoughts?
Shopify platform I love as a business, right? Like I think on one hand, doing a great job of getting retail, anyone who wants to sell something online. So I think they're an awesome business.
Did you see that Wexer joined their team?
I did see that the other day. Yeah, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, we're going to dive into that in a little bit.
Yeah, I'd love to hear about that because that's pretty awesome. I mean, as I said, Shopify is awesome. I think all we can do is take feedback from retailers, and it turns out that a lot of retailers on Shopify are struggling with managing kind of some site load and bots, etc. Right? Is that a criticism of Shopify? Definitely not from us. We think they're awesome, but we think there's another way to help run those launches, and that's what we're trying to do for retailers.
Man, I don't know. So like, I know we talked about, you know, Shopify and the different sneaker boutiques and retailers, but like, what about like something like the sneakers app? I know a lot of people have been complaining about that.
I'll actually chime in. Nike hires a company called Akami to do their filtration.
Okay.
They're paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe even millions a year. And
Okay.
I'd say they're extremely difficult to get through.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
I probably pronounced their name wrong well. But.
Yeah, it's a tough one because like we're in an industry where naturally supply and demand aren't anywhere near to being close, right? So you're always going to have losers who aren't going to be satisfied, and sometimes they're going to blame bots, and sometimes they're going to just not be satisfied with the win, right? I think the tough thing is when you like stack up those losses like after another over a long period of time. That's when you get jaded and you kind of fall out of the system. So we'd love it if Nike would use something like the Sneakwalizer to even things out for their fan base.
You guys are lucky
but it's
because
a tough
Nike
one.
steals our ideas constantly.
Well, yeah, only if Guru says it.
The sneaker app, like it's the thing about the sneaker app, I think, is like it's cool, and I think some people love it and some people find it frustrating. The thing is that retailers don't get to use it, right? So it's just a Nike to consumer product,
Right?
but retailers don't get access to that tool, so they've got to go and find something else.
Just for shits and giggles, though, what time is it here?
7:40.
7:40 p.m. here in Detroit. What time is it over there in Australia?
Yeah, it's
9:48.
9:40. Yeah, the next day. So we're Friday here.
Damn, it's tomorrow.
If you guys want
We're in the
tips on
future.
yeah, we can tell you what's happening.
So it's Thursday over here and it's Friday over there.
Yeah.
Is the coronavirus over tomorrow?
Great question. Oh man,
Who was
I
the
wish I
election
could say
over here?
You should call us the day before your election and we'll know the results.
Matter of fact, I need you to give me the lottery numbers for here.
It's like the sports almanac on Back to the Future.
No, I'm glad, you know, we were able to get you guys on the call. I know Dunks has been a huge fan of you guys. He's been adamant about getting you guys on here, and I'm glad we were able to make this happen. Especially with this, we got the Zoom thing. I feel special. I
Feel official.
I know. I feel we moving up in the world. So no,
Yeah,
I'm definitely glad that you guys were able to make time for us. If anybody wanted to look you guys up or try to find you guys or even try to reach out, like how would they get in contact?
Yeah, so they can send an email to hello@sneakl.com, so SNEAKQL.com, or they can hit us up on our website, www.sneakl.com.
Yeah, or DM us on Instagram as well, so you can find us there.
Awesome. You know, you definitely got fans over here, so look forward to keeping in touch with you guys and seeing what you guys do in the future.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Once again, that was Sneakl, not Sneak QL, as some people.
I mispronounce
Sneak Quick and
half
Loans.
the stuff I talk about.
Right.
I once called the Raging Bulls the Red Bulls.
as soon as they changed the Rocket Mortgage, they couldn't wait to get their hands on that QL.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that was actually pretty dope. Though. Hopefully, some people got something out of that. I know a lot of people have been talking about bots, and like they said, most people when they catch that L, first thing they blame is bots, me included. I just blame dunks. Actually,
I was gonna say I just blame
dunks. Dunks, just call it dunks. We just change it from bots.
That's why we're gonna
dunks.
put them in the dunk tank.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Self-sacrificing.
But
I don't know if it's self-sacrificing if we're sacrificing you.
Well, I accept it. No, I'm not resisting.
that is true.
So are you Jesus?
What? How we go there?
You inferred it.
You ain't gonna deny it though.
Right. My Jesus is black, dude. Like,
Hey, mine too.
Oh my goodness.
at least I know we got something.
Oh
coming.
boy. Oh man, we are about to get so much hate mail.
The atheists will love us though.
Would they?
Probably would.
Oh man, I'm scared.
And for the record, if people who are reselling listen, they're probably not going to be in support of me being a big fan of Sneakle, but as a sneakerhead first, I think they're on.
I was thinking that, like, I was really thinking that, like, you're like saying, like, hey, how do you stop the bad guys while you go back home to your lair to break the law?
I know.
So that's what I was thinking the whole time. Like, what do your constituents think? Like,
No, that's
because it really is like
the
Trump,
FBI hires hackers all the time. That's the whole point.
Well, no, it's almost
he
like
didn't go for the job. He went to interview the guys to take back the information.
Yeah, no.
it's almost like Trump like interviewing Biden. Like, what are your thoughts on this? How would you run?
Why Trump?
How would you run the country?
I was gonna say I felt like I did you justice giving you the Jesus comparison.
Man,
oh my goodness.
it does.
So now he's the Antichrist.
In all fairness, I put myself as a sneakerhead first, and when I reached out to them, I kind of told them bots necessary, evil, whatever, dabble the dark arts, however you want to phrase it. But they wanted to do a pre-screening. We talked for over an hour
What
first
is it, the
about
dark
what I
side
can
in
and
Star
can't
Wars?
Harry Potter.
This is a podcast for you guys, but this is like a news outlet for me. So I'm just trying to.
I think just overall, this is an outlet for you.
Yes.
Yeah, I know it is. 'Cause you need someone to talk to sneakers about, don't you?
It should be an outlet for
600
everybody if you're
people
doing it right.
online's not enough.
Yeah, I guess not.
I mean, you
Yeah,
were like,
I was wondering that the whole time. That's why I didn't say. I'm like, do
That's
they
like,
do they know?
what he does? And
Well,
you were picking information from them.
We're talking about it, and then he's like, "Yo, they're live, right?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, sneakerhead first."
Yeah, but it was just like,
Well, that's the truth.
imagine Voldemort had a podcast. Like, let's get Harry Potter on the show.
All right, yeah. So what do
You know, like-
what you thinking about flying brooms?
It's just like,
What size is that robe you got on? Where you get it from? Like, that's exactly what I'm like. This
Hey,
is
if they
Welcome to the Pod Patine podcast.
Right.
Luke, what do you think about?
if I could help them, provide them info, consult, give them the.
But you
I
know
would
what you're
join
doing?
their side.
You're rating them. That's what you're doing. You're blacklisting them. Like, you're using them for their resources, and in return, you exchange information, which kind of beats you to the punch. You're Reddington.
So wait,
Like,
which
that's what you're
side?
doing.
Which side?
That's what you're
Which
doing.
side do you want to be on?
The Dunk Disrupts drop tomorrow, as well as the bio.
Exactly. There's that.
No, at the end of the day, they've got amazing concepts, and they're actually trying to make it fair. And like at the end, it's a good.
No,
concept.
there's no debate as far as
What
how
their
we feel.
mission
Yeah.
is.
Exactly.
What is your stance?
Yeah.
Because you're upset when the Foot Locker collided into one for the LFX program.
I still am.
So what they're doing is going to frustrate you even more.
At the end of the day, I want people to win. My frustration.
Well, clearly you don't. Right?
I've got ways. I'll get around it.
Super bots, right?
Super bots.
Oh, my
I need a little
goodness.
sponsored $5,000 loan to get cyber.
Oh
but
my god, man.
Don't sell yourself.
I'm just trying to
Probably
spread the
be able
good
to get
word
5K.
and help people.
No,
know the
you know
tools
what?
available.
Kudos to you for getting them on the show. So
Like I think people should have bots too, but like
Did you tell them that?
right. No, hey, call them back, Dave.
You heard we talked about the union drop, and I said I tried, failed, and got away with the Chrome extension.
Yeah, but then they said.
But you didn't tell them about you told them about the.
Did you tell them?
You told them about the 20 to 25 cents that you dropped. You didn't tell them about the 1,000.
Hey, you know what he was? Hey, you know what he is? He's like Gus Fring on Breaking Bad. Like, he's hanging out with cops and shit. Meanwhile, he's like the biggest meth dealer.
Exactly. That was man. That was cool. We just good. I mean, I ain't tripping.
Well, if any retailers are listening,
Hey,
stop
dunks.
people like me.
Dunks. Just because you don't throw money at the strippers don't mean you didn't go to the strip club. You're still guilty, man.
Yeah.
I throw money.
Yeah, we know you do.
You throw bots.
Right. Exactly.
You ladies ever hear of cyber?
Todd.
I mean,
On
maybe
that
if you
note.
go dance on a pole, you might be able to get your 5K to be able
That was
to
actually so. Once upon a time, we had a great idea for an app called Stripper, where it it would be proximity based, and so instead of having to deal with all the annoying "Would you like a dance?" conversations, you could just like be in the strip club, fire up the app, and all the strippers would be hooked into the app, and you can just like pick the one you want to go hang out with, and then but yeah, we just.
Well, if you
But that would
made,
require them to have their cell phones on them or something.
unless you made
Have you ever seen a stripper without a cell phone in her hand?
unless you made robot strippers, and that way they wouldn't need the cell phone. They'd just be programmed.
That's the Japanese are working on that. That's
Yeah,
a
so-
thing.
No, yeah,
That's-
so one malfunctions and blows up on you. Like,
Oh boy, yeah.
you see
Yeah,
that? I mean,
either you're gonna blow or they're gonna blow.
no, I seen Rosie on the Jetsons. That didn't end well.
Just watch Westworld.
Definitely
I almost don't want to even look at our reviews after this week. Like on this
I know you ain't talking, man. You
that's
the
not
reason I
even-
even type on the review thing.
Let's get back to the important shit and relevant news.
That's
Okay.
right. Let's shit on Dunk some more.
John Wexler left Adidas.
Yes.
And he's now on Shopify.
Which
And
is
now-
surprising to me. I honestly could not have caught that.
I don't even know what his title was at Adidas. I know he helped with the Kanye merger.
When you like a creative director?
He's
No,
an
he was-
influence. He's
he
a
was like-
mega massive.
It was a brand,
Global
basically,
influencer.
ambassador.
It was a Caucasian Steve style. Like he kind of branched. Like, okay, I'm for real. I'm finna tell you what. It's just like Adidas was like, you know what? We can't go to the next level without the black dollar. We need somebody to kind of salvage a relationship. John Wexler was able to bring them and not bring, but kind of forge the relationship with him.
He was in
Pharrell.
charge of the influencer relationship.
Yeah, that's what he basically
So,
was.
but
like.
then that's why I say like he was so creative marketer.
Nothing creative.
director.
Nothing great. He just
He didn't
managed
design shit.
relationships. Yeah, he just
Yeah,
managed
but I
it.
mean, sometimes that's the title they'll give somebody like that. Like he just.
But that's when they managing over a product launch and line. But he
Yeah.
was he was more
He
short
went
on
on product-
relationships.
Yeah, basically. He was a
I
liaison.
mean, yeah.
I think he was involved with Beyonce's collab as well.
Oh, he was in charge of getting Reebok to give them all the information.
He probably told them, hey, you had to put some black people.
He
in
was
there."
probably the spot. He came in with a fake mustache.
It'll be interesting to see what he does at Shopify because JM Wind, their head CTO, he's active. He's a part of the community. John Michael something. He goes by JM Wind on Twitter. He's a CTO for Shopify.
Okay.
But he goes out of his way to engage with the community on Twitter, and he'll even go back and forth with bot developers, and it's like a friendly competition, if you will.
Oh, so you've talked to him?
He's never responded to me now.
Okay.
Have I tweeted at him? Yes.
No.
Well, so I'd be interested in see what he's going to do with Shopify. Like,
Well, Adidas and Yeezy Supply, their checkout platform is called Demandware, so it's actually different from Shopify. And I don't think Wex is going to have an IT role.
no, I don't think he's having anything to do with that. Like, that's what's interesting to see what his role is going to be because
Clout.
basically,
That's what you're all about, right?
I guess. Like
Whatever.
Guru's face.
I was looking for. I was waiting for him to say no. I was waiting on him to say no. But nah. But I feel like only thing
I do
think
too much for this show.
I feel like
We wonder why.
I feel like he trying to. I think they probably got him to kind of sway. Let's say, say hypothetically, Travis Scott has a website he's using for his merch.
He has a McDonald's collab.
So, yeah.
now.
So I think they're trying to use
That burger look regular.
any app,
$6 meal.
any entertainer who has product services who's not directly tied to a brand. I think they're gonna try to use him to leverage. Hey, Travis Scott, you should use Shopify to do your product launches. Hey, 2 Chainz, if you're dropping these Christmas orders, you should use Shopify to do your checkout. I think that's where they kind of brought him because outside that, I don't see that has very little to do with what he did at his last job.
Why is McDonald's doing a collaboration with Travis Scott?
Kardashians taught him.
I
well.
mean, the hype beast of food with the hype beast of today.
I just
I
If
just
I go to
want to know
McDonald's-
why his burger look so basic though.
if I go to
It's
McDonald's,
a cheeseburger
and
with
there's a 2-hour
bacon.
wait line because
It's
a
lit.
bunch of dummies want to go buy the Travis Scott burger.
They didn't
I
buy
still
buy
have-
his Reese Puffs.
I still have
Man.
boxes of the cereal
I knew that was going.
What's the
flop.
price going for now?
for negative $5.
I was gonna say they're stale.
Idiots.
But hey, but
Hey,
Like, you
so-
just know some dummy spent like $300.
Not only did
Yeah, he's sitting over
Adidas,
here.
not only did
Wow.
Adidas just lose Wexler, you see that Kanye was saying he wants to wear Jordans.
That is the funniest thing ever to me because okay, it is
it's not. He's not astronomical because in what was it, Kylie Jenner contract, she was allowed to wear other brands.
Puma. But at least,
Yeah,
okay, but at least
yeah.
there's some type of like dots you can connect there. However, well, no, I mean they got more of a bitter.
Yeah, so he should. Maybe.
But my thing is, well, yeah, Adidas did kind of set themselves up for failure with that. However, wait a minute, was she signed with Puma and Puma allowed her
To wear Adidas, which is even worse because they have a.
So that was okay. So
she was
Puma
still wearing
fucked up.
Nike socks the whole time, though.
Oh Jesus Christ! So Puma fucked up, not Adidas, or was it I don't know.
No,
was she with Adidas? No, she was with Puma.
Adidas is fucking up now, real bad.
Well, yeah, they are. But
when haven't they?
Puma, she was with Puma, right? And then
allow her to wear
Yeezy. Still like
yes.
Yeah, okay, so that was a Puma bad decision
compared to Under Armour.
Are you cold?
I'm freezing. I've been shivering this whole time.
Wow.
I even requested a temperature change. And
There's
no
air
one
blowing it though. It's blowing.
Man, go get some liquor.
I
Warm
quit
you
drinking
up.
again.
Here's the thing.
Fault.
I'm currently sober.
Here's the thing about
fuck
Adidas though, is one, I can't help but like to think back to the James Harden fiasco. He almost lost his contract before it even started because
they gonna show up to Kanye's crib and just dump
a bunch of boots that nobody wants. Yeah, I remember, but it was just so funny because he was wearing Jordans like up until like I think if the contract was to start at like midnight tonight, he was wearing Jordans up until like 11:59.
Iverson can never stop wearing Forces.
He was still
actually
Jordans for
Reebok was still he was still letting they still let him rock or whatever.
Yeah.
He was wearing Air Force Ones. He took his
he was wearing.
But he's a
he was
unique
wearing
situation
Jordans
though.
sometimes, too.
He's such a unique situation though, because if you're Reebok, and at times he's wearing Jordans too, like. First of all, if you Reebok, I mean,
well, here's the other part.
Are you really
too,
in a
like,
position to tell anybody?
Well, the other part too, I look at it and say, okay, if you're Kanye West, your shoe is called the Yeezy, so it's named after you.
Yeah.
Why would we allow you to wear something that's not?
Because
no. Here's my beef with the whole thing is, and I guess this is the point I was trying to make with Iverson. Like Iverson never said like the Reebok jumped over.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like you done made like all
you
this.
made such a fuss about it.
Yeah, about
now you
this competition just for you to say I want to wear the competition.
Yeah. But I feel like he waited to say it now because the amount of the leverage he has with them. Like, look what I've done for you. You know what I'm saying?
He also said it right around the time Wex left, which I don't know if it's correlated or not. But he's been known to go on rants when he's manic.
That's true.
But I feel like that's kind of why he said, like, I've done it. So, or he said, look, no matter what I do, I didn't told you to vote for Trump. I didn't did all this crazy stuff. So, during the truth, my shoe still sells out. So, me wearing Jordans, clearly, this is probably what he's thinking. It's not going to affect our sales. That's probably what position he
trying
has
to put
with
logic to Kanye is.
I'm just telling you what he's saying. Like, I didn't did everything else that could literally jeopardize an endorsement deal, and it did not work. So me wearing Jordans is not going to.
The way you make it sound is like, all right, let's see how much I can fuck up my line.
But he does it though. His whole career though. Like,
but wouldn't that be the ultimate like slap in the face?
No, because the Trump. Here's my thing. Because the Trump is so polarizing. You lining with him could make a business go either way. Look at the Bears. Like, even forget Trump. Social media posts, like example, the Brian Urlacher, who retired for years, said what he said, and the Bears like, I don't want nothing to do with you because of what the time and the climate is, and he doesn't even play for them no more.
But the difference is,
I mean, the difference is he's not impactful.
Who?
Brian Urlacher.
He's not as impactful. He's not as impactful as Kanye West.
I feel like
because if Kanye West wears the Make America Great Again hat, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so now you're going to get Trump supporters on his side, right? But because they're going to become fans of Kanye now.
But here's my thing.
So they'll buy his shoes.
No, but his people won't buy his shoes.
Kanye's still black. No, they won't.
So that's what they still didn't buy his shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Racist white people always need that one black person to tell them or say the things that they want to say, so that they can
and use them and still validated. Like, so,
True.
I mean,
yeah, basically what happened to him anyway.
Yeah. So, but it's just like it still didn't meet her. So he's like, okay, if I can say this, then Jordan's is not going to move it.
But no,
us from a sneaker standpoint in the industry, yes, that's not right.
Everything you said is indirect. Like with the Jordan, like that's another shoe brand in direct competition with your shoe brand. You, by the way, made it a point to compete with and to say that your brand jumped over the brand. So it'd be hard for me to take.
Adidas is that girl getting cheated on that knows it and just looks the other way.
Yeah. Like,
I wish they would just grow some balls and just be like, all right, you know what? That's how you feel.
But some women feel like if he been paying the bills and he's increased my lifestyle.
That's what Adidas feels like.
So it's just
He
like
paying
that's
the
what I
bills.
said. He has
probably the best analogy.
He has the leverage. Like at least I'm gonna cry in this Rafe. I'm gonna cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I just think that's kind of how it is. I mean, is it crazy from his standpoint? You got your own shoe. Yes, I understand from a black person perspective. Jordans is a part of our culture. To be honest, I wear Jordans more so because of what it means to us as black people. It's something that we created more so than like, okay, these are Jordan shoes. Like I look at Jordan 10s, I would look, okay, that was Jordan, but I think about Martin when he wore them, or when the Wayans brothers, you know what I'm saying, when Sean and Marlon was fighting the thing.
It's more of a nostalgic factor.
Yeah, so that I feel like that's what it for me. So I understand why he feels like that. And plus, he was rocking them heavy before.
Well, that was his fault. He should have negotiated that in his deal in the first place.
Like, no, I'm just talking about.
He wasn't gonna go for that. Then.
No,
but I'm just saying.
Hell no, they gonna go for it now.
Or you should have tried to negotiate some form of renegotiation time for you to be able to put that in the
Adidas is not
contract.
going for that. I promise.
I mean, they haven't dropped them, so what does it matter?
What they gonna for saying it?
And
I'm just saying. Almost to his point, what would happen if he really did take a picture with some Jordans?
Here's my thing, though.
Oh, there'll be some hell. I think it would definitely be some hell.
Here's my thing, though.
Probably tweet some racist comments, delete it, and then it would come up, and we'd bring it up.
No, but here's my thing, though. Even if he was to wear the Jordan 6s, it's not like you can go to Nike and buy them.
When Kobe died, Wex's wife tweeted, like, let's not forget he was accused of rape. Do you guys remember this?
Yeah.
Adidas has no filter on this kind of thing.
But I'm saying, but it's like if anybody's going to benefit from
that was Wex's wife, though. She wasn't an Adidas employee.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to keep her in line. You can't say things like that.
Yeah, of course.
That's a Shopify problem now.
Yeah. So, but I feel like StockX and GOAT would benefit the most because it's not like the Jordans he's wearing, you're going to be able to go walk into a store and buy.
Say what now?
GOAT and StockX would benefit most from him wearing it.
Which
because
is
people when they see him with Jordan 3s, they're gonna go directly to that.
Yeah,
which is more the reason why I'm saying, like, what would Adidas really do?
I mean, exactly. It wouldn't be
Adidas would I trust.
Now, if he started rocking the shoes early,
no,
Adidas, that's when it's gonna be.
Adidas not going for that shit. I promise you, they're not going for that shit. Like that, if this,
they ain't say nothing when he was going in this whole tear on black people. So
because they don't care about that.
Exactly.
They don't care about that. They
or he gonna say, if you don't let me wear these Jordans, I'm gonna tell what happens on
well,
if that's the case, why haven't they said anything about the comment that he made anyway?
Because it's a comment. It's just a comment. And
that
like
comment and a comment for Kanye.
It's just a comment.
So it's a comment that's then got reposted 1,000 times so far.
Social media
because it's like it'd be like me saying I'm gonna kill you, and then like that's a big difference.
If it went viral enough, your job will call you and say, "Yo, what's going on?"
It'd be different.
Exactly.
It will be different. It would be different than if I actually killed you. Now they probably are having internal discussions with Kanye. We don't know. They might be like, "Yo, Kanye, you tripping? Shut the fuck up." Whatever. I doubt you will see him wearing a pair of Jordans, and if he does wear a pair of Jordans, that's definitely crossing my mind.
John Wexler was still there, didn't know, but with him being gone,
Adidas not going for that. Adidas not going on. Who's gonna check Kanye? Like, okay, we need to stop this false notion that Kanye is uncheckable. That's one.
Sure, if you look about his track record,
he's not uncheckable.
No consequences from Adidas standpoint. I mean,
because we're talking about things that they don't care about. Like we all know they don't care about black people. So why are we acting like they're gonna check them about?
But this black person is biggest asset. So even if they void his contract,
and
who does that hurt more?
That hasn't hurt him, which is surprising to me.
Who would that hurt most if that contract was voided by Kanye wearing Jordan?
Wex made Kanye a billionaire.
If Kanye wore Jordans,
yeah, and if say that he wore Jordans, they voided his contract. Who would that hurt more, Adidas or Kanye?
I mean, you stuck in the. I mean, you in a rock in the hard place with Adidas because if you're gonna so on one hand you got your biggest name wearing the competition, which is going to hurt you, and then dropping them is going to hurt you. So if you're going to be hurt either way, you got to at least somehow.
You got to be hurt while making money, right?
No, because you're going to continue to make money regardless because you still got to make his shoes. You still have a contract.
I'm talking about if he void his contract. I'm talking about
if you stop signing him, that doesn't mean that you can't make his shoes anymore. Because you got to deal with him. You can.
Hey, just take the swoosh off and change the name.
Because you can still like Nike, like they can still drop Yeezys if they want to.
Run? He even admitted to it.
Yeah, but we all knew that.
He could drop like Nike could drop Yeezys if they want to. They just choose not to.
Call them Don C 4.0s.
You know what I'm saying? So like they could still make money.
But people wouldn't necessarily buy it because if Jordan left Nike,
and you got to have some type of self-respect. You gotta have some type of self-respect.
You know what? You're right, and I'm gonna start taking a stand for myself on this show.
But
No, you're not.
But the respect also has to come from within yourself. So
that's my point, though. Like
that's why we're gonna keep shitting on dunks.
That's
One
going
day
back to
Complex will
going back
pick
to
me
the
up.
analogy. Going back to the analogy of like the cheating husband. Yeah, he might be taking care of the bills and stuff, but at some point you're gonna have to have some self-respect and say, you know what, he might be providing all this, but it ain't worth the relationship. And you might have to take an L for a
logically,
minute.
you're right, C's, but everybody don't think like that.
I'm not saying, but I'm just saying that to me would be crossing the line. That right there for you to sign a deal, because they're about to drop James Harden too.
But so my thing
way
is,
back when.
So why are you supportive of Adidas pressing consequences on him, but not with Reebok or someone else doing it when another athlete?
You asking me this?
Reebok can't afford.
No, I'm not. I'm
Reebok
not saying that they should.
care.
I'm telling you that from what I know from people saying it,
and Adidas
is not going for that. I'm not saying they should drop them. I'm just saying I think they will drop.
No, I'm saying you supportive. Hey, if you do that, then we should drop you, right? For you saying from Adidas standpoint.
No, I'm not saying I support anything. I'm telling you what they're going to do. I'm telling you what I think they're going to do.
So we've seen it before. It really hasn't. I mean, we've seen Iverson. Iverson's wearing the Jordan 4s. Did that stop you from buying the questions?
First of all, I don't even like Yeezy. So if they drop them or not drop them,
no, I'm talking about if you saw Iverson. We all saw Iverson wear Jordan 4s.
You getting pain to defend this.
Yeah,
huh?
You being pain to defend this?
No, I'm just saying like if we having a conversation about if he wears Jordans, I'm telling you for what I know from the inside, that's not going to fly very well, and chances are they probably will drop them because it's like, yo, like, I mean, we ain't gonna have our biggest name wearing the competition. Like, you go back to Nike for that shit.
But here's my thing though, like,
you want to wear Nike, go with them.
I'm saying
I don't even think Nike will sign him back.
No, I don't think he's going.
Jordan 4. I don't know, they hype beast too, so they might sign him back. But Jordan 4. But if he get dropped,
if he was to get dropped for that, I highly doubt it.
Nah, man, stop it. They'll let go of one of them other dudes. You tell me. Let's get this right. Don C's on your roster. Kanye becomes available. You're not letting Don C go to get Kanye back.
I would never sign Don C.
Is Don C on the roster still? Like?
Yes, he's still on the roster.
Unfortunately,
it's still on the phone.
Okay.
But I would say, like, seeing Iverson wear Jordan 4s during his Hall of Fame, not doing that like weekend when it was when he got nominated and they showed it and he was talking about it. That didn't stop me from buying the questions.
Agreed.
So I mean, like, that's what.
But there's some context to that though.
Like what?
Because actually, him and Iverson actually have a relationship, and he went into a Hall of Fame speech talking about how much Jordan was an influence. And once again, there was never no,
Yeah, but are they really competitors?
Who?
Oh, I think
no. But that's underneath Adidas umbrella though. So I'm just saying because with that, also,
that was a one-off thing.
What?
Him wearing those fours the Hall of Fame.
No, he wore Air Force Ones. No, he wear Nike shoes quite often. I'd be surprised that he does wear them quite often. And I'm thinking like, if from that standpoint, I'm like, okay, if you let that fly and that's underneath your company, I know.
As a matter of fact, now I remember it was Jordan's last All-Star game. I think all the players wanted to do a tribute to Michael Jordan by wearing his shoes, and the one holdout was Adidas.
Well, Iverson didn't want to do that, but yeah, but I'm saying like
they were all going to do it.
I'm saying, but they're going to do it from a basketball standpoint. But from him rocking it, that's still for me. It still wouldn't fly. Like it's till nowadays. Do I think it's acceptable? Absolutely not. But from a standpoint, I feel like the game is starting to change that way. Whether we agree to it or not, they're gonna start asking, I want to rock anything else.
I mean, I'm just saying, if these brands are comfortable looking like bitches, then,
because Converse said, hey, you can wear whatever on the court.
Converse just collaborated with Fragment. It's the dopest Converse collab I've seen in a while.
As long as it don't look like that 3.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So
basic ass. I hate going in the comment section and people are like, fire. And I'm like, no, they're not.
3
What part of that? What part of that shoe is fire to you?
Should be in a fire.
The white part or the black part? Like what? This shoe is so basic, it's ridiculous. And if I hadn't seen these 3s that just came out with the translucent heel tab, I might have been impressed by that point. But after seeing that, I'm like, okay. It's like watching Doctor Strange after you watch Inception. It's like, I've seen this before.
But you still watched it.
I was just saying, I still go back and watch Doctor Strange.
Because you got to have plot points. I mean, because it's like all one big theme and narrative throughout the movie. So you got to watch Doctor Strange to get, the overall.
Everything's derivative. Like, that's like everybody was like, oh my God, Bright was such a innovative thing. I'm like, so y'all never watched Alien Nation?
No,
because that's all that was.
Everything is derivative, but some things are just on the nose, and it's like, okay, like I said, like the heel tabs. Like if I had never seen that before, I'd be like, okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it set a precedent.
Yeah,
for trash.
I mean, they trash to you?
Which ones?
The denim.
The denim threes. Yeah, all right.
That's how I feel about them too.
Yeah, just all right. I mean,
I do feel like the heel tap is the selling point in that shoe.
I mean, the denim on the elephant print was a good idea.
That was cool. I wish
better.
the outsole had more going on.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
oh, goddamn.
You gotta be careful,
Come
man.
on, that mic.
You that pissed off defending Kanye West and Adidas, huh?
No, I'm not defending anybody.
Right, man.
What? No.
What shoes you got on?
Hey,
Caesar got on Yeezy 350s, bro. The linens, man. The linens. He got them on, y'all.
Y'all
Let's
know
hear
better
it
than
first.
that. But not like I'm not defending anybody. I'm just saying if Kanye chose to do that, this is probably what's going to happen. I do not think Adidas is going to go for that shit.
They could be mad, but I don't know they're gonna drop them.
I don't think they're going to go for that shit. I think they're having a conversation now already. I think they're having a conversation like, yo, you tripping. Shut the fuck up.
But like that's gonna ever check Kanye though.
Well, that's how you check somebody. At some point,
But
you
no,
have
that's
to
not
check
how
them.
you check. We talking about him. Normal human being. He's not a normal human being without a normal.
He's a normal human being. I'm sorry.
No. I'm talking about his thought pattern.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. I mean,
everything else normally would get through people, but he doesn't. Like normal people in the thought.
But at
sojourner
some point, look, at some point, somebody getting checked. Everybody gets checked, man.
I'm not saying this, but I'm talking about with him. It doesn't.
It's gonna sink in.
It doesn't sink in, bro.
Now, whether or not that sinks in is irrelevant. Like,
It
you gonna
is
get
because
checked.
that's the point of the check is to get through to you.
Because that would be like, say you about 13 years old and your mama trying to whoop you. You look at her like, what are you doing?
But that doesn't
like
mean
that's not gonna
that
work.
doesn't mean that she doesn't whoop you though. Like you still getting a whooping.
The purpose of the whooping is to correct the behavior.
Time out.
But it doesn't.
Y'all talking about the effect. I'm talking about what leads up to that. Just because you go to jail doesn't mean you're gonna be reformed. But that doesn't stop you from going to jail. You're still getting that jail sentence.
But here's my thing though.
So whether or not Kanye decides to change or get checked is irrelevant. That doesn't stop Adidas from dropping them.
Here's my thing. You're saying I'm talking about the conversation of getting checked.
Adidas, and first of all, Adidas not. First of all, from Adidas standpoint, whether or not Kanye gets the point after that is on Kanye. They don't give a fuck. They're not dropping him so he gets the point. They're dropping him because he made them look stupid.
Why would you continue to check somebody who does not adhere to being checked?
I mean, this is probably the first time they had to check him, though.
I'm talking about just period. Like, let's try and like take a girl who sleeps with numerous women and say, hey, you need to start chill out. Like, I'm pretty sure
but
she was the first time she heard that.
You're gonna say it. You're gonna say it maybe once, maybe even twice.
Situation.
Maybe once.
Oh, you think I'm leaking brothel news?
You're gonna say it once or maybe even twice. After that, that's when action has to kick in. That's when you're like, okay, you know what? Me talking to you ain't working, so therefore I got to do something drastic to get your attention. And I'm not even saying Adidas is gonna. So we're talking as if Adidas is gonna be doing it to get his attention. They're not doing it to get his attention. They're doing it because he made the brand look bad. Now, whether or not he goes home and reflects on it, that's on Kanye.
If I can't say I made y'all look bad, you sure about that? There's some other things that happened at Adidas that made them look bad.
But they don't give a fuck about that. Like, dog, like even after
both sides don't care.
We're talking about you're talking about a company that even after they were talked about 2 investigations about how they're treating their black employees, and then as recently as this year when they tweeted Black Lives Matter, the very next day their black employees threw a protest. We already know they don't care about black folk, so they're not concerned about what Kanye says when it comes to that, because they don't care about that. What they do care about is how their brand looks as far as them and their competition.
But
that's what they care about.
But here's my thing, though. You compare about Kanye maybe supporting a competition when you're in this today's social climate.
Yeah,
that's a bigger effect than Kanye wearing Jordans.
Kanye wearing Gap is all I know.
What?
Hey, how did you not have a problem with that?
With Gap?
Their stocks up.
Adidas. I'm talking about Adidas, not you personally. I'm talking about Adidas.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
I'm talking about Adidas. Well, how would you not?
Because I'm thinking that they probably think
in all
that's
fairness, Gap's not making sneakers.
But they're making clothes.
I agree with you.
But they're selling. But I think the deal was for them to sell them in the Gap stores.
But it's not Adidas clothing.
It was Yeezy clothing, which they get a cut of.
No,
they don't.
No,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
never mind. Okay,
yeah, they don't.
I don't know. Shit.
That's what he said. He fucking up across the board.
And they allowed that to happen.
I mean, you gotta make my point too. It's like at some point you gonna have to look. You gotta stop looking like bitches and stand up for yourself.
But they have it.
But the point is that doesn't mean that you can't. That's my point. Is like you.
Oh no, we know you can do it, but they enjoying the money ride. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but at some point that comes at a detriment to your reputation.
They have no self-respect.
At some point,
look how they treat their own brand.
Oh,
exactly. So you can't ask Kanye to give something that you don't even give Reebok. Exactly.
I mean, but it's one thing. It's one thing to make my house junky, and it's another thing for you to come in my house and make my house junky. So,
bro, if you came over my house and you spilled water and you like, my bad, and I was like, dog, it went off on you while I got a sink full of dishes with roaches. Grape juice. You would still be like, my nigga, I know.
But it's still your house, though. That's what I'm saying.
No. Bro, you say it's my house, but my G, I spilled water.
I can say that, but it's still your house.
But so as my friend, you can still say, yo, that's not right over there.
But that doesn't give me the right to come in there and start making your house.
No. We're not saying check it. It's the
no. If your house is junky, that still does not give me the right to come to your house and make it junkier.
Sneakers.
No. We talking about
this thing.
All I know is I'm about to go over both of y'all cribs and just start spilling water.
Hey, you remember Pepsi? You remember when we had Sneaker of the Year and Bodega couldn't figure out our voting system?
Say what now?
Remember when we were doing the Sneaker of the Year votes and Bodega couldn't figure out our voting system?
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
They have a new collab with New Balance coming out. Let me pull it up. This is probably.
Is it better than
they always do collabs with New Balance.
This is my new favorite.
Oh, those dope.
That's the no.
Bodega's always did a good job of
Better Days Ahead. I think.
Yeah, there we go.
Right
they've always done dope New Balance collabs. I thought.
Yeah.
They probably got some of the better ones.
But I'll say about some of the New Balances like $250. I'm like,
I think this is the third one on this silhouette.
I know New Balance is feeling itself right now.
No, it has some other ones. J. Crew's be like $200 New Balance.
J. Crew's has some of the.
Hey, and then also
I hate J. Crew's collabs.
They had good Asics.
This weekend we got I don't even know how to pronounce this character. Doraemon.
Doraemon.
These straight. People are gonna go crazy for these.
They are. Well, yeah, because now they're only limited to the skate shop only, right?
Yeah, the way SB works is there's skate shops. You have to be a skate shop to get SB, but then like the long-term loyal skate shops are labeled orange label, and they get like special releases. So in Michigan, we only have Plus and Premier.
Right.
That are
Shout out to
considered
Premier though, by the way.
I was there this weekend to pick up the Civilist, which I'm not even a fan of, to be honest. But I hit the raffle. I'm gonna pick it up.
Call Sneakle back, man. What is this?
No, I want fair and square.
What the hell?
Sure about that?
I ain't like this shoe, but I bought it.
According to whose rules?
How you gonna buy a shoe so somebody that actually wanted the pair didn't get it because
I got 2 Metacoms too.
Did you like those?
All right.
Oh, God damn it, Dunks. So you bought shoes that you didn't like, taking them away from somebody who did like them.
This happened.
Did you pee on the Civilist ones?
That's ridiculous.
No, I was hitting it with a hairdryer or blow dryer.
Piss warm. So.
Hey, so when I want to get Terra's or Chicago's and I got to pay $900 for them, I'm just.
That's called karma.
It is. That's how it goes. It's a double-edged sword, but that's correct.
Oh, real quick, and I guess
don't complain.
I'm not. These are facts.
One of my weekly bitches.
Don't act like you guys never traded sneaker for sneaker.
Is
you got weekly bitches?
No, I was saying not like that. One of my things that I just complain about.
Weekly bitches.
Fuck out here. Look,
fucking cheeseburgers.
I was gonna say, I told you put on that relationship weight already.
Here you go. No, one of my weekly complaints.
That's that trip to Chicago.
God damn it.
Starting to catch up to you.
See what you did, Tay? Nah, so one of my weekly complaints is I'm watching everybody, and look, I'm not saying that these people didn't deserve these shoes. I'm watching some people get the band airships. Kudos to y'all. I applaud that. Oh, God damn it, though. Shout out to y'all. I'm not saying y'all didn't deserve it, but you know who does deserve a pair?
He didn't deserve a pair.
Nah,
I didn't hit the band. I was talking about the Chicago New Beginnings.
No, the band airships. You know who did deserve a pair? John, man. Did he get one? No. I'm just saying,
that would have been nice to have in that DJ Greg Street battle.
I'm just trying to figure out.
Nobody else watched that, huh?
Not right.
No, it was on YouTube.
I'm just trying to figure out.
I'm gonna go back and check it out.
I'm just trying to figure out what Jordan Brand's criteria is for showing love.
Slop on their knob, like corn on the cob.
I guess. I just, man, I'm like, but no, like if somebody wasn't buying your product.
Well, you asking us when you're the one with the connections. Like, how does that work?
No, this is a question of ask.
Hey, wait, hold up. He doing just like them. This is the focus group.
Yeah. This is what, like, how are you asking us?
I'm not asking you.
He's going to go back with this information.
It's
like,
called a
this is what
rhetorical
they
question
said.
because I know the answer to it
So
already.
should you ask it on air?
I'm asking on air because I know they're going to listen and hopefully, it sinks in more.
You called them already, though.
I talked to them. Yes, I have talked to them about it. This is why I can't even say it on air.
But that's what you can get it, though. Hey,
But
why you
it's
keep talking?
frustrating,
I get some of my bronze. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Little groove got somebody like, can we get some over here? I know they ain't dying to hide those. They can ship a pair of those out, man.
I'm just saying, like, as somebody who has been buying your shit
12 sometimes
forever
since literally the beginning, before you was even a brand, and for them to not get any acknowledgement whatsoever, yet everybody around him who, I mean, you even got people that just started picking up sneakers like a few years ago, and just because they got a nice little following on Twitter, I guess, and they bitch and complaining about it on Twitter, I guess they get up there.
Well, I mean,
maybe a Jumpman threw a tantrum on Instagram.
I mean, even with that, I think we talked about it before, but the Caucasian women that just jumped into sneakers just now seem to get shown all of the love.
Well, I mean, I would say that privilege was started before sneakers, so it just translates.
Well, that's just a continuation of.
But I'm just saying, like, okay, yeah, like you said, they got more followers, I guess, and maybe more people looking at them.
This is, to be honest with you, this is how I feel about
That's advertising in 2020.
But I feel like when it comes to these sneaker influencers, like they trying to take the lazy route out. They see who got the more engagement or the comments or whatever and stuff like that. Instead of just taking people for who they really are. How about interview these people? What got you in the sneakers?
That's doing too much work.
Like
Put
how
me back on the sneakers.
What's your favorite sneaker? You know what I'm saying? Like, what shoe would you buy that, you know what I'm saying? When was the last time you bought a shoe on sale?
There's a video.
You know how much work that is for them?
It's not.
There's a video.
Clearly it is.
It's not.
I don't know if it ever made its way to the public, but there's a video like you did about the Air Max 97 a few years ago. They had Kais in there.
If it didn't hit public, how'd you see it?
But he's connected.
They fly you in for your private screening?
Right.
Exactly. I didn't see that
Jesus
either.
Christ.
He went to the hangar at DTW and
so what you accused him of doing was Sneakwell, right? You are doing what's right.
How?
You are doing the Nike.
How?
You come on here and say, hey, man, you forget about the little people, and then you go back to the room with the big people and get all the free stuff.
I don't get all the free stuff. I'm complaining that they ain't I'm not asking for the free stuff. I'm saying
you don't get all the free stuff.
Wait.
When you say fuck Adidas, fuck stock, I understand.
Time out.
So who else? Who else?
There's nobody left.
Hold on. Time out. I'm on here advocating for somebody else.
Reebok, they still keep sending.
Right. No, I didn't ask for it.
You're I see you, man. I see you out here, man.
You know what that is? You know
Ailing for that Under Armour hookup.
You know what it is?
I'm trying to get it. I just want to go to the party.
Here's the thing. As far as all the other stuff, that's just them realizing I know what the fuck I'm talking about and good networking.
So everybody else know?
Here's the thing. No, I ain't saying anybody else know. I'm not the only one getting free shit.
Yeah.
Okay, on the show maybe, but not.
Let's look around the room.
Hey, shout out our former sponsor. I'm at Minimal Clothing, whatever.
But
yeah, what's up, Minimal LA? What's up?
Yeah. But no, I'm advocating for Jumpman because it's like, yo, I mean, he's been a supporter of y'all since the beginning. And yeah, y'all going out your way, falling over each other, trying to, get some of these people. Like, I mean, like I said, like I've told this story many times.
You're trying your hardest not to name names right now.
I'm really trying not to.
It's cool. After the Jordan brand call, keep calling Nike basketball for your mans.
And it's just like, yo, like, y'all got, I'm trying to make a point here. We got like 40 minutes left.
No,
should have showed up late.
No, he's not going to like this. And I was thinking about
that was a yes or no question.
No,
that's it was.
Hey, hear me out.
What's that?
He's not going to like this, and I mean it in a loving way.
What?
But when you have a collection that big, if you want a shoe that you missed out on, like the Band Airship, I would consider possibly selling one from the collection to buy this pair that he covets.
Don't shut the hell up.
Here's my thing.
It's justifying the cost.
No. Here's my thing, though. My thing is
that's not that crazy.
Why should I sell a shoe when I've been collecting? That's taken away from the collection to add one shoe to the collection.
Because I'm saying it's not fair for someone like him with that background to pay the excessive price that he's probably going to have to.
But my thing is,
I agree.
But my point, no,
yeah, but that's actually the point.
I agree with you.
My point is if the brand's going to seed pairs or with all this other shit, why not seed it to the pairs? Why not seed pairs to the people who have one, authentic, two, have been loyal supporters of you for like the longest. Part of what Sneeko was talking about, like he used the Kobe example. He was saying like if you're a Kobe fan and we see that or whatever, you rank higher. So in this case with Jumpman, like who's a bigger Jordan fan than Jumpman? Besides Marcus Jordan. Like,
that's what I was about to name.
Marcus Jordan was upset he didn't get the high and low Dior. He only got one.
I would be too if my daddy name on the shoe and they got
I
one.
be looking like, yo, Pops, what's up, man? Do something.
But that lets you know
Sorry, son, I had to send my pair to Mayor.
Yeah, this leverage the leverage ain't really there though. I think that's what it is. Because in the beginning when Trophy Room opened, he had to fight to get some of the shoes he wanted.
Yeah, he had to fight.
So if his dad don't speak up, then it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Speaking of Mayor though, he saw this collection, which I love Mayor, but I'm like, why is this news?
Well, you brought it up.
No, because it's been like
I think
talked about
it's news because
of who he is
and how he spoke on his collection, then his back and forth with what's.
I get it. I get it. I just it amazes me how.
And then plus the way that YouTube documentary was put together. If
I'm trying to sell my shoes, I'm gonna make it a story so you can look at it.
I get it to some point. I guess being facetious when I say it wasn't news, but I don't know. I just kind of like, okay, like he sold his collection. I could see that being trending for a minute. Like I didn't think it was going to be the soup of the day.
Because people who don't know him, he seems polarizing. So
well, and then the other part too is look who it was.
It was him and JC,
right? So it's like there's hype attached to hype.
All he's doing is reselling his sneakers for crazy prices because he's not fat anymore. That's what's going on.
Ooh. I should call Mayor right now.
I feel like you should ring the bell on him. Like
I'm gonna let Mayor ring that bell.
Mayor
I should call him
Mayor
right now.
Gonna box his ass.
So what would you do if you could?
He said
you sell shoes that you can't.
I should call
him.
What would you do if?
Call him.
No,
you wanted me to go see if that was trick the last time. You should call Mayor.
No. You guys,
let's get him on real quick.
Missing the point.
Okay,
I'm saying I don't believe your foot size changed that much. I'm saying that's just reselling shoes and not wanting to get called a reseller.
Oh,
that's what it is.
Here's my thing though. If that was the case, why would he sell that many amount? That was the
for
most
money.
Obviously. I don't necessarily think
his price. Did you go to the website and see those prices?
Because he was getting seated a lot of. Here's my thing though. You looking at the prices?
No, you guys are friends with him, so you're
no. I'm looking at his collection.
I'm not a friend with him. I don't know him.
No.
He do.
Oh, Attack Dunk's the reseller. He just sold more than I ever had my whole life.
Here's my thing though. His shoes are harder to find though. That's what they're going for. When you stole a pair of LeBrons from the dunk contest that he wasn't in, when you got
some of them are treasures.
Right. So I'm saying when you got seeded stuff like that. Of course you can do that. Plus, he's selling it to JC. How do you know how much influence JC has on the prices?
It's posted on the website.
I'm saying about far as the listing price. So JC said, man.
Well, the average consignment shop would keep 20%.
So wouldn't it be in JC's favor to mark it up so his 20% could be a bigger cut?
Yes.
So okay, so you can't put it on Mayor without knowing the exact details.
JC's a reseller too.
Which is my point of who.
That's why I like him.
But he's saying that's why the markup is what the markup is.
That's what I'm saying.
I said what I had to say.
And then to be fair, it is kind of like scientific fact. I mean, both me and him have worked in the shoe store. If you do lose a lot of weight, your foot size can go down. It's actually possible. Yeah, that's actually fact. Now we're going down that far down.
Well,
I can't.
Well, he lost over 100 pounds. So
yeah,
but I mean, it's something like
was that big?
Yeah, I'm 11 and a half, 12, and it's some shoes 9. I'm like, hold on, I'm actually feeling comfortable in these 11. So, and I lost like 10, 15 pounds. So it's just like it is somewhat feasible. He's just more polarizing, so he can let it go for that much or whatever too. And you get older, you get a little wiser. Like I got all these shoes. If I can't fit them, I could let them go. Take this money, buy a property, which he said in the video. Like I can turn this into a residential property, have it make money for me. So if you resell your shoes to turn into a residential property or to go buy real estate, How
much did he get?
Yeah, people who resell to make a living probably reinvest in themselves.
But here's my thing: did you ever sell a shoe because you lost weight or you couldn't fit it no more?
No.
Okay, then. So how could you?
And then
that's what I'm saying.
And then you always say, you chasing clout anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly. Next.
I
mean,
you
you already
try to how you see it from the other side.
well, you already have clout. You don't need to chase the clout, so you can do shit like that.
I see all perspectives, and I get what you guys have to say, but
yeah.
I'm going to throw the devil's advocate. I'm going to throw the other side out there.
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's what I've been doing since day one.
I already know what's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna hear this. They're gonna reach out to Mayor. Mayor's gonna listen to it. I'm gonna get a phone call, and I guarantee he's gonna want to be on the show like in the next couple of shows. I promise you.
I mean, I bet. I'm pretty sure I bet because he's going to let you. And I kind of followed it before he even sold his collection.
And just so people know, like me and him give each other shit all the time. So
yeah, it's just like we just had that conversation.
Yes.
I mean, that's mutual influencer talk, right?
Yeah.
Guru
The
talks
whole, whole summary of what I was saying, regardless of the reasons, I was just saying this little thing, it's glorified reselling. That was all. That was my point.
I mean, he got rid of his collection.
Nah, Weatherspoon is glorified reselling.
Yes.
Let's get out the way. To have a collaboration, and then take your shoes and put them in
resell
round
it.
two and resell them, and Nike give you a collaboration to go around and resell at higher prices. That's glorified reselling.
Yes.
To take your personal collection that you cannot fit no more. What was he supposed to do with it?
Watch it.
Yeah, it's not up to me. I don't care.
So how could you say what you? Why could you say what?
So how was it glorified reselling? So is he supposed to give that stuff away?
You guys can't stand when people resell, and I'm saying like this
No.
is one of the biggest resale stunts of the fucking year.
No. This is what we don't like. What we don't like is when people go to a store or go on a website and buy up all the stock and keep it from us getting it, and then try to sell it to us at a higher price.
Yeah.
That's vastly different than somebody who can no longer fit his own collection that he either paid or was gifted, and then selling it because he can't do anything else with it.
And then on top of that, there are plenty of instances when people will go through and sell their entire collection.
Yeah.
That's not glorified,
That's
but that's
that.
not glorified reselling.
Nike SB every day is doing it on Instagram today and tomorrow. He's selling over 100 pairs, all size. 10 and a half.
Selling shoes, selling your own collection, shoes that you bought, that you will wear, but that you can either no longer fit or no longer want. That is totally different than somebody buying with the explicit purpose of flipping.
Now, if in his collection he had 25 Paris dunks and was letting them go, that's reselling. To have one pair to sell it that was yours that you wore,
and you only sell it because you could no longer fit it. Like, that's
the thing. That's the thing.
Yes, he's selling it, but it's not.
Or even if you selling it just because, like you said, you get older.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I don't need them anymore.
That would be like just because
I agree with the statements you're making.
Hey, weed is a drug.
Big news, and
weed is a drug.
World.
Aspirin is a drug. Just because I'm a doctor and I sell you and I prescribe you like aspirin, and I'm on the corner selling weed, doesn't make us both drug dealers. One is a doctor and one is something else.
I disagree with that.
I'm talking no. What I'm saying is something you can make something look the same, but
selling dope or not.
Look, you can make something look the same, but it's vastly different once you put it in context.
I agree. Different reasons, different purposes. It was relevant in resale world, and it's one of the biggest resale events I've seen. And I said what I had to say.
I mean, let me ask this. So is that you speaking for the rest of the resellers?
Oh, have you?
It was relevant news.
Have you spoken to people who feel the same way you do about his collection being?
Oh, a ton.
Okay, so that's why we.
That's what I mean by that.
We don't know those people, so we say.
And that's what you're the voice for them.
Yeah.
I mean, and you guys are kind of slightly changing my thoughts a bit as we're speaking,
because you're thinking about it now, right? Hey, how do you think Sneaker will feel about that?
They only get involved in raffles, from my understanding.
But again,
this is like consignment.
Yeah.
Unless.
Yeah, but again, kind of like to Caesar's point though. Like, I mean,
I think it's pretty fair.
So
I mean,
say out of nowhere, say you just fall out of love with sneakers, right? I'm done with it. I don't even care about sneakers anymore. And you just start selling your own personal stuff.
When I need money, I do sell off old sneakers, and it hurts.
Right, but nobody. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem,
people have given me shit for it.
Really?
Well, they stupid too. Then.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're saying. Like, there's no reason.
I recently made a post about
those are assholes.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna have haters, though. It's gonna happen,
especially after this episode. I'm not coming back.
I don't know. I was ready to say, man. Hey, first you had Sneakle on, and now you doing this. They really gonna think you switch sides.
Speaking of switch, this ain't switching sides.
You said you switch genders
on sneakers. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with transgenders.
You're absolutely correct.
Saucony is coming out with their own version of the Dawnbreaker collection.
Yeah, what is it? Saucony with soul?
It's what? Jesus.
I saw one black face.
And watch C's have his own shoe. The influencer, like, how you get on the kids collaboration?
Faking that terminal illness.
Well, you said you have depression, right?
Will it work?
Oh, I'm manic right now.
Yeah, see?
Y'all are out of control.
That's them.
Out of control. Y'all two right there.
I'm talking about some good charitable work by Saucony, and y'all talking about some other stuff. Saucony.
I don't know, man. That
can we get Sneakle back on and ask them how it's pronounced?
That's not a knife. Saucony.
You had plenty of Crocodile Dundee jokes waiting.
He won't be stepping foot inside the Outback again. I know that. But I love Outback. The chocolate thunder from down under, the wings. I love it. Hey.
But no, Saucony is coming out. Now I'm actually surprised that it took another brand this long to actually jump on this idea. They're working with the Boston Children's Hospital to design a collection. I actually posted it on Instagram.
I've seen it. But the idea is good, but they have like lackluster models.
That's the problem. Like as a sneakerhead, purely not as a human,
soul,
as a sneakerhead.
What a black is
shoes with soul, yeah.
They in Boston, so that's probably why.
So,
they're like, we better start buying our Under Armours for these. I think not.
I'll bet it up.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like it is, they don't, because the silhouettes. This one is actually pretty dope. There's one on this kid's shoulder. That white, gray, and red one. White, blue, gray. This one right here.
Yeah.
That one actually is pretty like it once you like zoom in on it.
Yeah, I mean this one kid.
This one they just
that shoe looked big as hell too. Like they gave him your shoe.
Man.
Here, whole season shoes up real quick.
Like that's the problem with Saucony. Like actually the YouTubers pack was better than like at least the models they gave them. Or was it the same model? Did they all have the same model? Remember that a couple years ago?
You talking about yeah, I know you're talking about. I think it was what's up, my man?
They were all Shadow
DJ
5000.
Dells,
Tony D, Sneakerhead by the Bay, and I can't think of other people. Sneaker Shouts.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I think his was the dopest, by the way. Anyway, I think they all had Saucony Shadow 5000. I believe. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, like
what was YG thinking? Kalani.
This guy.
Yeah,
no.
So I guess nobody's interested in Saucony.
Thank God the video not going now.
man.
But it is.
Yes.
But that's crazy. No, we care about Saucony C's. We just want to say, man, use your influence.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Dunks is over here. Dunks is over here, like really upset. He's trying to,
I'm just staying silent for a minute. That's all. In my corner, focusing.
LaMelo Ball is going to Puma.
That's inevitable. He signed with Rock Nation, so that's what they do. Yep.
So is Baller Brand officially over with?
All three brothers signed with Rock Nation.
Yeah, what's the third brother doing?
He's getting kicked out of UCLA
again.
No. He was trying to work out for Golden State last year, but yeah, he's
So it was funny. Isn't he the middle brother? Or
he's the middle brother.
He's the middle
man. So it's like it just skipped over
him.
I mean, I feel like he should have pursued football.
Man, all right, them genetics just Michael Vick the shit out of him. Like, nope.
Football though, I think he just stuck with football. He was good at football, but yeah, I mean that's inevitable. Like Denny Green, DeMarcus Cousins, Rudy Gay, all of them are Rock Nation people. They all got Puma deals, so I'm not surprised.
Hey, you named a whole bunch of like C-list NBA players.
I mean, who else got? I mean, who else?
I will say this: I do like what Puma's doing. I like what Puma's doing overall. Period.
Wasn't Kevin Durant on Rock Nation at one point?
Yeah, but that was before Jay had got to Puma. Jay and Emery Brown got to Puma. He had used Under Armour. Play Under Armour. Hove, people try to play Hove was the goal for that because he made KD wear Under Armour for a week because Nike didn't want to come out that money and had him go visit the Under Armour campus to make it look like he was about to sign with him. And then once Nike started seeing, oh my goodness, and the hype for Under Armour started to kind of creep up, not hype, but the attention, and that's when they dropped the money for him. And that's when they dropped the money. That's how he got Nike to come out that cheese.
Hey Dave, it's raining out there.
I forgot to bring my jacket, but
bring my jacket too.
But But yeah, that's how they got that deal. So I'm not surprised because they're Rock Nation people.
I mean, I guess I feel like we'll see.
Even
we'll
with the
really come to
artists,
the-
like all them Rock Nation, Meek Mill, Rihanna, Big Sean, all Rock Nation man.
Yeah,
This
but,
thing-
but do you think he's gonna get his own shoe,
Who?
LaMelo?
I think he probably will because he has the most hype on the brand coming
Who?
into
LaMelo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's.
Yeah.
Who got the number 1 pick? Minnesota.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna
he's
depend
gonna-
where. I think it's gonna depend where he get drafted.
He's
to.
going.
I know he gonna get it. He's gonna get it. 'Cause Minnesota's not picking him because they got guards already.
Right. So who got the number 2 pick?
I forgot who got the number 2 pick.
No, I said what guards they got.
Some of
They got
D'Angelo
D'Angelo
Russell
Russell.
and Jeff Teague.
Yeah,
They're not gonna hire LaMelo. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Let me hire him, draft him.
I would be hiring him. What happened to LeVar? Did he like crawl up in a bear's ass and disappear?
I mean, you get no less cameras in your face when you're not in LA. Fire joke.
I mean, but he had a mouthpiece too. Pause, no homo. So
yeah, but
I mean, I think it's worked to LaMelo's benefit.
plus it's COVID. Everybody about to be wear a mask and stand on mic 6 feet to hear what he got to say. You know what I'm saying? Like that's over with. Like
he'd be loud enough.
But no, I think it's worked to LaMelo's benefit though, that he has been kind of quiet and not as in people's faces as he has been, because I think part of the detriment of his older brother Lonzo,
Golden State got the number 2 pick.
like,
but they ain't gonna get him either though.
Move Clay to the 3.
I ain't gonna play. I think they're gonna draft him because they know somebody else is desperate at the bottom.
Yep.
And trade and rob somebody for it.
Yep.
That's exactly what they're gonna
that's
do.
exactly what they're gonna do.
Or if Giannis talking about leading, they're like, oh, we'll trade you this number 2 pick and whoop whoop. You know what I'm saying? So I think that they'll do something like
I
that.
think that sounds more
Because
realistic.
they did it with D'Angelo Russell. They
Yeah.
signed him just to trade him 4 months later. So
Yeah.
because there was no need for him, especially when Clay come back.
Right. But no, I like what Puma's doing. I really do, especially with the basketball line.
Better than Under Armour's.
That's not saying a lot. And shout out to my man Chris Burns, man. Like me and him argue all the time. Like he's defending Under Armour. Like they're trying to make a comeback.
With that Embiid one?
God. No, he's just saying in general that the company's trying to make a comeback. I'm not holding my breath for that.
With the rock shoe? What's that like?
The Delta
Project he's just saying in general. Like they're focused on more.
But that's what I'm saying. How?
That's what I'm saying. Like I forgot his argument. Like they're focused on something. And I'm like, that's not enough.
They're giving The Rock his whole side branding. He's just like, yeah, I'm famous. I'll work out in them, but they're not really pushing it properly.
But yeah, unless you're working out, and I'm like, you're not gonna wear them motherfuckers around.
Anyone who's working out, Nike and the Metcon, I don't understand like the loyalty for it, but like everyone who's doing the CrossFit and non-runners, everyone's wearing Metcons.
I guess
because I was a shoe designed for.
I understand, but I'm just saying like they need to push. If like Under Armour sucks at pretty much everything. The project,
except for parties.
I'm saying the Rock, Delta, Project Rock, whatever they call it. That's like their only shot. They should be pushing it harder.
Yeah.
But my thing is, it's hard to sell it now when some gyms are not closed or a lot of people not working out like that. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
Like I bought more workout clothes when I was able to go to the gym. I bought more basketball shoes repeatedly, like to hoop in when I was going to the gym. Now I look at my 34s, which I play basketball in. I'm like, dang, I ain't wore them in like 6-7 months. Like I wear like if I hoop outside early in the morning, I might wear like my older shoes that you want to beat up.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I mean, you never want to say never, right? Nothing's impossible. Like Under Armour could turn things around.
They're not coming back.
I don't think they are. If I was to bet,
I'll take it back. Under Armour, you are coming back. Wink, wink. I need a party invite.
They got to focus on UFC again and push.
Oh, I say whatever they want me to say if it's for a party invite. Huh?
They got to focus on UFC and push their shorts again or something. I think that's their best shot, other than focusing on The Rock when gyms are.
But they got no direction. It just seems like every 6 months they're pivoting to something else.
They lost their identity.
Yeah, we're gonna focus on athleisure. Now we're gonna focus on performance. Now we're gonna focus on just.
It felt like they lost their identity when they did try and push Steph Curry.
Pick something.
You know, I will say I was at one of the StockX days, and you know it's a wild group or a different mix of people, and there was a representative from every big sneaker company.
Yeah,
and you could see everyone kind of mingled or talked a little bit, and Under Armour's all like the person at the table sitting by themselves, not quite sure what's going on.
Wow.
Because, I mean, nobody's checking for Under Armour.
Little did you know he had the party invite.
No, I introduced myself to everyone.
For a Project X type party.
Nobody's checking for him like that.
Shoes are trash.
I'm pretty sure
I'm going to give Curry his own brand the opportunities nice, but sometimes you got to look at it like, where's the ceiling for this?
Yeah.
Like you haven't my shoes haven't done. I mean, maybe he may be looking like in the Bay Area they love him, so they're gonna buy him. But like from a standpoint, what have you really done?
Yeah, middle-aged white couple in Minnesota's probably gonna rock some Under Armour polo shirts and some walking shoes or some shit.
So I just think like that's the
middle-aged white person in downtown Detroit because the store is still here.
I'm surprised by that, by the way.
He could get better.
I feel attacked. What?
I'm just saying.
He did.
No, I'm just saying. But I'm just
Sorry,
saying.
Dave.
I'm just saying. But like the audience that's buying Under Armour right now, they're gonna buy like 1 or 2 pairs of shoes like a year, run them into the ground before they buy another one.
And he doesn't. My thing is they haven't done anything really for him to be like I don't say breathtaking, but like to kind of push the envelope for him.
Steph?
Yeah, it's like he did better like letting that contract expire and letting somebody else pick him up because he could say, look, this is my market. This is what I've done in my career. Like he could have used Under Armour to leverage his.
But that's why I'm curious to see what's going to happen with him having his own brand. Is he actually going to have like some form of his own creativity? Is he going to be able to have his own team to be able to put stuff together outside of what Under Armour was doing?
That's what I hope.
But even with that though, some people like that shoe cool, but it's an Under Armour.
Well, it's not gonna have the Under Armour logo on it.
If it's got nothing but that SC30 branding on it,
which I think is kind of
some people, not everybody, not like us in this room, we gonna know it's an Under Armour shoe. But you get some people, you market it that way,
it's like
they won't even notice it's.
I forgot what it's called, but Hyundai's nicest car. It doesn't have
the Genesis.
Yeah, it doesn't have any of their standard branding.
Yeah, it's a Jordan brand. I don't have Nike. I mean, the old retros, but it's a Jordan. I mean, it's still Nike. At the end of the day, no matter how much
even with the Under Armour thing, it's just like because my thing is you like okay, I don't have even when Jordan went full-fledged Nike, you still have some other Nike older Jordan apparel to put with it like Under Armour's like, and when you go buy the shoe, you got to go to where if it's a store and you got to go to Under Armour store.
I mean, unless it's at Foot Locker or something.
Yeah, but then I haven't think they really too sold on his shoes like that.
I'm just saying. Oh, for the ladies out there, Nike is launching its first ever maternity line.
I bet. See how I was listening to.
I mean, honestly, it's about time. Seriously,
but they gotta do. They owe Go Girl a big apology.
Oh, for sure.
The runner.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
There's no way you don't pay her maternity leave and then 3 years later come her maternity line.
Yeah.
That's what I say. It's about time to actually doing something about that.
Yeah. An article written by Sheena Butler Young for Footwear News. Shout out to Sheena.
Light skin?
Huh? You've seen her.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I said what about the time.
You basically said that's your type of time, huh? Because you're right on that one.
All right, that Dame time. Yeah. Dame in more ways than one. Nike has set its sights on the maternity market. Launching later this month, September 17th to be exact, is Nike's line of maternity apparel, which includes a sports bra, pullover, tank, and tights. Price between $45 to $85. According to Nike, women around the world on average have 2 to 3 children in their lifetime. By their tally, that amounts to 7 to 10 years of pre-pregnancy, pregnancy, and postpartum needs when it comes to sports apparel.
We're nothing but statistics to them.
7 to 10 years?
They look at Nike's literally just analyzing the lifetime value of their consumers.
Like that. Now I'm pissed. Now I'm pissed because it's like,
that's all we are. We're just walking, talking money analytics to them.
It felt like, they're about to do something good. Yeah, you know what? This is why we're doing it because we see all the money we can make off of it.
I mean, that's for every company, right?
Yes.
But still.
You guys get it now.
What you mean? We've been saying that.
I was gonna say I gotta talk him off the ledge with the NBA. You still ain't watching the bubble, have you?
I ain't watch shit.
Jimmy Butler going off.
Okay, I'll let you tell me.
Everyone's selling product for profit.
Your eyes got big, man. I think
who was arguing that point?
It's a resale joke. Everyone sells product for profit.
Pop a syringe or something.
That's not the problem, though. Nobody's saying they hate resellers because they're selling it for profit. They're hating resellers because how they're getting the shoes, which comes at a disadvantage to us. Secondly, the price at which they're reselling the shoes. Those two things are the problems.
You know who determines what the prices sell for? The buyer.
You know what this is like?
I got a good.
Something is only worth what someone's willing to pay for it.
I got a good example for you.
Not necessarily, because
when's the last time you went to go get a brand new car?
I leased a Dodge Ram in 2016.
What was your APR?
I didn't have financing. I traded in a car for a 2-year lease.
Okay, but again, you still got to pay. But you still have to pay.
I paid nothing. I gave him an 09 Audi A4 for a 2-year lease, which was a pretty big mistake on my end.
Okay, yeah, that was a mistake. What I'm basically saying is,
I really don't want to talk about it.
So what I'm saying is here.
Ask them another question.
Right. Here's the correlation. So some people that have to go get a vehicle, they have to pay a higher APR.
I'm driving a 06 Taurus right now, bro. About to sell some more shoes and try and get a Bronco.
I feel bad for you.
It's got a Supreme sticker on the back too.
Them transmissions.
That's why you bought it, isn't it?
No, I put it on to try and increase the value before I resell it.
Oh my God.
So you resell everything.
I used to sell cars. Yeah.
Crew's face says it all. Okay. Wow.
You gonna put one of them Supreme folding chairs in there too?
I didn't get any. I went for it and didn't get any.
Now, this whole notion that, somebody says surprise. Now, I agree. There are people out there that would idiotically pay well over what they should pay for a pair of shoes.
They can't click buy without the price being listed.
However, I was going to say, because there's shoes out there that I'm still waiting to come down. I'm like, why are you still selling for $1,000? I see what you're saying,
but I'm very strong in this belief that something is worth what someone's willing to pay for it. I'm not saying majority of people.
But there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who will sit there and be like, I'm not selling this for less than $1,000.
These shoes, this Gladstone can be worth $10, right? If someone's paying $50, that doesn't mean they're worth $50. That was just how much they paid for it. Because here's my thing. I could get a shoe for $200 and only pay $120 for it. What I bought it for ain't the worth. Just like a house. I could buy a house for $100,000 and then next year it's worth $200,000. I wouldn't sell it for what I paid for. I'm gonna sell it for what it's listed.
Well, the house and stuff, there's a lot of things that go into it.
I mean, like shoes like value fluctuate just like a house.
But like art, right? Like if art piece sells for $1 million, that becomes the new value of that new piece.
Exactly.
So there is something to that. I'm just saying there are people out there though that are like, nope, I believe that I can get $1,000 for this shoe, so I'm not selling it for less than $1,000, and they will sit there on that price forever. And it's like, all right, well, I guess I'm just not getting.
Prime example is the Kobe.
Oh my God,
the Kobe's post his death. Rest in peace to Kobe. Like that is egregious. That's egregious. That's what that's the. As far as all the list of things of people resellers I condemn them for, like that's the most egregious because you wouldn't touch their shoes. And I seen it personally the day I walked into work that day when he passed away, when I got the news and I'm looking, I seen resellers like, oh, it's a Sunday. What you doing here? I'm about to get these Kobe, man. He just passed. And they about to go for a crack. Like that was disgusting. See, like you didn't touch that man's shoes before at all, but now that he's about to pass, you on StockX looking like, oh, the price is going up. Let me buy these Kobe ADs. Let me buy these Mamba Furies. I'm looking like.
So Guru, I agree with you, but how do you feel about Nike letting it happen again recently?
But his Nike let it happen again for not releasing a lot of pairs, not for being it. My thing with Nike is if you, and this is, I'm pretty sure if he was alive, he would have had more input. I would have flooded the market because you pulled his product. You pulled his product because of the reseller inflation.
Yeah.
I mean,
there should have been much higher.
Yeah. So my thing is,
everyone agrees on this.
Yeah, I would have flooded the market so tough.
The jerseys too.
But what I didn't think about everything. But here's what I didn't think about though, because I think we mentioned this last show. What I didn't think about was the shoes.
It would raise more money.
The shoes are already made. So when they didn't release, because when they was going to release them, they was going to release them in limited quantity anyway, because nobody foresaw Kobe dying. So that's what they was going to do anyway. This is what somebody told me after the fact. Like the shoes were already made, so when they finally just did decide to release them, they just released the quantities they had already made previous to his death.
Mistake. Because my thing is, once you saw the resale prices, while you had a 4-month period,
could have made more.
You could have made more for that when you did this. Or how about this? You pushed your shoe release back 3 months. What another 2 gonna do?
But you also think too, a lot of those.
How it was marketed.
No. A lot of those manufacturers, a lot of those manufacturers overseas where they make the shoes were closed too during COVID.
So I mean, my thing is, but you could have pushed the release back for you. Maybe could.
No, you could have.
We could release one color just
because you could have released them next year for Mamba Day.
You could have released that.
You could have released the jersey this year, and then you could have been all right.
Or you could release it, or whenever they have or 10-year anniversary of the ring night because he won in 2020.
No, I'm just throwing this out there in interest of fairness because that was something I didn't think about.
But I think you could have made more pair though. Even you could have.
I agree. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying.
I'm understanding what you're saying, but like, to combat.
Because you got to know if Nike, like, there's a lot of Kobe fans. There's a lot, he died, and so having his shoes is some type of tangible connection we have to Kobe. So you got to imagine that his fans and resellers are going to be out there trying to get their hands on the shoe, and when you come out with shoes like that, unless you got sneak.
What keeps a reseller away? A general release.
Yeah. Oh, sure. I don't even know about that.
I disagree.
I was gonna say it really
Because
don't.
hear me out. Hear
This
me
year's
out.
been crazy.
It's called brick flipping. This is like a newer, bigger thing. So
I don't think brick flipping is something new.
Just hear me out. It's not drug related. So let's say in the good old days, you buy a Yeezy for $200, you sell for $1,000, right?
Yes.
That died. Those days are gone. Now we get something, hope to make 50 to 100 on it, right?
You know why?
But the Flint 13s, for example, or the Bel Air 5s, there's high stock. Resellers don't accept that, and they still think they control the market. So like, fuck it, I'm gonna get 100 pairs instead of my usual 20, and I'll just make 10, 20 per pair, and it's
you know what that's called? Stupid.
I agree, but it's what's happening, and that's why we can't get anything. Even these biohacks tomorrow. Even after I set up this Foot Locker foot site shenanigans, I've only got one confirmed pair. I'm waitlisted 5 times. It's because everyone is reselling, not literally, but more than ever,
Right.
and that's destroying
agreed.
the concept of general release.
But you know how you combat that? You know what a Yeezy price is?
Sneakable.
You know, that too. But you know why a Yeezy prices drop? Because they made more pairs.
Yeah.
The same thing I said.
And they re-release. Adidas doesn't retro. They literally
and Nike can do
re-release.
the same thing, re-release like for Christmas or
I thought it
Black
was the same thing.
Friday.
But they usually do that. They usually
we was at Villa. They did. They sent us
Yeah.
a box of. We opened up the box one day when we was at Villa. It'd be like two size runs of Fire Red 4s. They dropped 9 months ago. Like we'll get a box of military 4s. He got games like all of that. I'm just thinking like you can do that. You gotta. It's about driving the price down so everybody can get it.
Yeah, but do they want to do that?
I know because they do it with people who live in like it should be that hard to get a LeBron shoe, bro. Like, come on, like LeBron 7s, the Lakers colorway. You feel a certain way about it. I do. It's like, come on, it's no way.
You go in a consignment.
But then look at the rest of the LeBron 7s. They all still sitting.
Yeah.
Sizes 9 on down.
You go to a consignment shop, you see what's on the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these stores and people without stores literally have warehouses. People will buy up as many if they think a 2-year hold will go up. Even these bricks, as I call them, these Jordan 5s, if there's small potential to go up, they're going to make more profit sitting on these in storage for 2 years than they would in the stock market. So there's literally people, like you think someone's going to a store and selling that day. That happens, but there's literally people hoarding warehouses of sneakers just waiting.
No, I know. I mean, that's unfortunate and sad, like I said. But let me finish this paternity story real quick. Meanwhile, ill-fitting workout gear that's not optimized for a woman's changing pregnancy and postpartum body can become a barrier to a woman's health and wellness, making motherhood a drop-off point for sports and exercise. To address the issue, Nike's senior design director of apparel innovation, Carmen Zoman, said that the brand spent 3 years meticulously investigating barriers to sport and fitness faced by women in their childbearing stages. The design team, made up of mothers and moms-to-be, applied data from over 150,000 body scans of women around the world to determine how the body grows during pregnancy. The Nike Maternity Collection also features easy access for nursing and pumping moms across each item. For example, the inside panel of the sports bra can accommodate a nursing pump. So if you are a mom or a mom-to-be and you love Nike, this will be the thing to go after. Yeah, I think the collection will be available on Nike.com September 17th. So, yeah. Which is probably one of the good stories, I guess. There's some other stuff, too. Let me get this one, too, since Wex already left Adidas. Another person didn't leave necessarily, was kind of walked out. Adidas creative director is out after calling accused Wisconsin shooter Kyle Rittenhouse a victim.
I saw that.
Yeah. An article written by Peter Verry for Footwear News. A longtime Adidas executive is no longer employed by Adidas mere days after he took to Instagram to refer to 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse, who was accused of shooting protesters in Kenosha, Wisconsin recently, as a victim. Complex shared an image on social media recently outlining the charges Kyle was facing. Adidas Global Creative Director Paul Gaudio, Neckbelly on Instagram, was one of the people who commented. He said he is also a victim here. He's a kid. Who raised him? Who taught him? Who gave him a gun? Not excusing him by any means, but the adults who radicalized him and enabled him should be punished. Now, I agree with that sentiment. I just think there's a time and place for things to be said. And I just think, for me, reading that, even though I get exactly what he's saying, honestly, I do. I really get what he's saying. He's saying at the end of the day, he's 17 years old, and that's still the onus should be more on the parents than him. And I agree with him. However, at the same time, and I brought this up in the last couple shows, like, what was all that passion and love for Trayvon Martin? He was 14 years old. And you had a strange man walk up on him. You got people defending the strange man that walked up on him than the 14-year-old who was trying to defend himself. So if Trayvon Martin is a grown-ass man that deserved to be killed, I'm not really looking to empathize with 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse.
And he went looking for smoke.
Yeah, exactly.
And your mama drove you looking for smoke.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're not even doing
now,
that.
mind you, once again, he's 17 years old, which, you know, is still a kid, but you know better. I mean, you know right from wrong.
7, you old enough.
You old enough to know from right from wrong. I'm not saying he doesn't, but I'm just saying, like, I'm definitely looking at the parents too. The parents should definitely be charged.
The mama was strapped. They had a picture of her on the side.
Why is she not charged, though?
With guns and everything. She drove them.
Why is she not charged?
We already know why.
I mean, we know why. I'm just saying, once again, I'm being rhetorical. Like, you're right. We know why. I'm just saying, for anybody, as far as law enforcement or, you know, any political position in Kenosha, Wisconsin, why is this lady not charged? Like, she should be charged just as much as her son is charged.
Maybe more.
Yeah. You know, he's still, I mean, I don't know what the legal age of adulthood is and where they from.
I think they make exceptions.
Here you go, right here. There you go, right
situations
there.
like this.
Yeah, so she should be in jail with him. Like, so I don't understand. I don't know. I mean, I think they should both be in jail.
Prison.
Yeah. So I get what he's saying is just wrong place, wrong time, bro. Just too soon, I guess. Because nobody's really trying to hear that right now. So,
but then that's why sometimes you don't need to make social media posts. You don't need to comment.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
And honestly, like, that's been my, just because you're right, or just because you're correct doesn't mean you're right.
Yeah.
That whole thing about, oh, well, if they just weren't out after curfew, they would have gotten shot. Yeah, you might be correct. That doesn't mean you're right.
Right. Because nobody deserves to get shot.
Because you're out past curfew doesn't mean you should be shot.
There's nobody deserves to be shot.
Right.
Like,
but then it's like I said,
like, if your life is not in danger, immediate danger, like, there's no reason for you to be shot.
Oh, but they threw a plastic bag at him. That's very life-threatening.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, is my sarcasm coming through?
No, it's definitely coming through.
You can suffocate with that plastic bag.
Like, I'm more rolling my eyes at the people who actually mean that and say it. It's just, I don't know, man. It's crazy. What did he say? After that comment, Adidas informed Footwear News that after 20 years of creative leadership, Paul was no longer employed by the brand. Although they never directly revealed whether or not Paul's departure was directly related to his comments on social media. Paul's comments were made in the same week Adidas showed support for the athletes and coaches using the platforms to enact change. Once again, I think it was just bad timing. And I also think it's I think it was Adidas been called out so much for their shit.
It's a good scapegoat.
I think it was like, I don't want to say overreaction, but them trying to overcompensate.
Yeah.
For their lack of.
That.
Yeah, it was like, oh shit, we're not gonna have this. No, we got enough shit.
Like, all right, y'all think we so wrong? Look what we're gonna do now.
All right, watch us get rid of this white guy who made a valid point. Because I don't think he was defending the kid. I think he just did a bad job of articulating the point that the parents should be just as responsible.
It's almost like so the same thing that they tell me in management is you gotta when you make comments like that, you gotta do it like a sandwich. You gotta lead with something a little bit more subtle, and then put the meat of it in the middle, and then end it with something else like that. So maybe
they taught you that where?
Huh?
Oh, you the CEO? You're a CEO position?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Two positives and a negative.
Yeah.
There we go. Yep.
CEO training.
I want to hear that. Oh, yeah, you're doing great, but yeah, you about to sign this for me.
Don't get me wrong, you're doing phenomenal. You're doing a great job. There's this one thing you really kind of suck at. But hey, on the flip side, everybody freaking loves you. So
I mean, I should show you what the write-ups look like that I give out.
Yeah.
They look just like that.
So I definitely think Paul meant well. I just think that I know for me personally, like, we get judged differently. Like, kid, like you got the kid that had a gun, a toy gun. You know, nobody said he was a kid. Like people on the other side, people on the other side, like you shouldn't have had a toy gun, as if they didn't grow up with toy guns, shooting cops and robbers and shit, or cowboys and Indians and shit.
That was their game, Cowboys and Indians.
Yeah. So, so nobody rushes to defend those kids, and they're dead. Kyle's still here.
It was probably taken away very peacefully too.
I mean, dude, the kid that shot up a church, they took him to Burger King.
Yeah,
Oh no, the dude who just shot up that in the Kenosha, whatever.
Yeah.
The crowd said that's him. And it was like, and he went to them to surrender, and they was like, no, just get out.
Oh no, you
can
see, you can see it on his face where he went, like he walked up to the cop car, stopped.
Yeah,
you can see the look on his face change, and he was like, "Yeah, no, this is stupid. I'm gonna keep walking."
And gave him a water. Then the police, everybody's like, yo, he's the
shooter.
Yeah,
while everyone is screaming, he's the shooter. Yeah,
they didn't go get him to the next morning.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So that's why it's like, I don't want to say it was tone deaf, because I think he was trying to make a good point. I think it was just bad, wrong place, wrong time, and just not articulated very well. So, in that regard.
That's it is.
What?
Why?
If I'm paying that,
why?
I'm paying it to a hitman.
Like, why? Wait, did that say a month?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Dr. Dre, Guru just showed a post that Dr. Dre's ex-wife wants $2 million a month.
That's sponsor support.
Nah.
What support do you need? The kids is grown.
Bro, you making like NBA money.
That money is going towards a hitman and funeral costs.
That's $48 million a year, bro. That's what Russell Westbrook's making.
No, that's $24 million a year, bro.
Yeah, that is $24 million a year.
Yeah.
No, 2 years.
For
$2 million a month.
2 times 12.
That's 24. You're right. 24.
Yeah.
You're right. But,
that's that George Bush math right there.
Nah. Oh, definitely no George Bush man. Nah.
Shit, that's that DPS math.
Hey man, chill on DPS.
DPS math.
You went to DPS?
Nope.
You went to Chandler Park?
Nope.
You went to East Point?
Nope.
You did?
No, I didn't.
That school right behind Eastland Mall.
I went to private school.
Huh?
I went to private school.
No, you went to that school behind Eastland Mall.
There's a lot of schools behind Eastland Mall. There's like 4 schools.
No, that high school. I'm talking about the one right behind it. You know.
There's literally there was 3.
The high school part.
There was 3 high schools.
Hazel Park?
No, behind Eastland Mall. I forgot what it's called.
Harper Woods is behind Eastland Mall, and then there's 3 other schools that were like behind Eastland Mall.
The high school, the one that got the baseball field. No, the high school.
I just said it's like 4.
So all 4 got a baseball field.
Yes.
No, I'm talking about the one right behind.
Why you got 4 schools that got baseball fields?
Exactly.
You had Harper Woods. You had Harper Woods, who has a football field and a baseball field.
Mm-hmm.
You had Regina, who had their softball team, and then you had our school, and then there was other school.
You went to school. What was the name of the school you went to behind? Wasn't it behind
Lutheran East.
Huh?
Lutheran East.
Lutheran East.
Yeah. So it's like 4 schools behind Eastland. That's not like.
But they didn't all them went on 4 baseball fields.
No, there was 4 baseball fields. Even the girls, because they play softball. They were like one of the top
baseball.
softball teams in the state.
Man, I don't think it's softball.
How do you go to private school?
Exactly.
I'm trying to figure that out.
Nike was on him early.
Right.
They dropped the bag off to his parents. He's gonna be an influencer one day.
We're gonna get him ready early.
Wow. On that note, though, was they having a party out there? The tricks out there?
They celebrating your 50th year anniversary.
Yet another pedal pub showed up. You know how this goes.
Okay.
Dude, I was telling him earlier.
It's 3 of them.
Yeah, so I was telling him earlier. So imagine this. So Thursday night, you guys were here. Life was good. Everything was fine in here. I walk in here Friday to run shows. I open this door and like a wall of heat hit me. Wow. And I was like, what the hell's going on? So I grabbed the remote for the AC unit, and it's like, oh yeah, it's set at 74, like I always leave it. But then I hit the room temp button, and it's 98. That thing is broken and not pushing out anything.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, this is bad. So like I kicked the door open, and by the time the show showed up, I got it down to like 72, 73 in here.
Yeah. But
had to leave the door open while I was running shows in here because they couldn't get anybody out, obviously, on a Friday night to fix it. With all the pedal, you think it's bad on a Thursday night with all the pedal pubs that show up on a Friday night, all sitting out there, all getting hammered. There were 3 different people that tried to walk into the studio talking about, hey, what's going on? Heisman.
Why would they do that? Like, it's like that sign. That's it's like all these neon red signs that say.
Have you met drunk people?
Yeah.
Have you?
They drunk, probably high. You know, they under some form of influence.
I'd be ready to fight somebody.
I already told you what you do about that fight, man. I already got a solution for your fight.
What?
Fight that injustice.
Oh man, that was funny. That was a good line last week.
Yeah. So, why you want to fight though, man?
I don't know. I feel like I haven't gotten to a fight in a while. I just want to get.
That's a good thing.
See
You know
if I
that,
can-
right?
No, it is a good thing. I just want to see if I still got it.
You know you got like boxing classes.
That's not a real fight though. That's all.
What's that? Fake fighting? It ain't wrestling. Like,
No, I'm saying, but
If
it's
you
like-
get hit, it hurts. That's not a fake.
not-
If you get hit, it
It's not
hurts.
real in the sense of like they really trying to hurt you. It's more about you trying to train and like learn the basics and all that other. You said a class. You didn't say an actual boxing match.
okay,
Go sparring.
Yeah,
Go
go spar.
sparring.
But still, that's the intent is for them to teach you.
Go spar. Just go spar then.
I don't want to spar. I want to actually win or defeat somebody. Anyway, this party, it looked like a lot of people out there too. It was like a graduation party.
Apparently, there's 3 pedal pubs that just showed up, so that's 30 random people.
3 of them.
Jesus Christ. On that note, this is
Welcome,
episode-
welcome to Detroit Shipping Company.
Yeah. On that note, it's episode what, 266? So yeah. So shout out to Sneakle.
That was dope.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, that was
for
dope.
making time. And what was something else I was gonna
Shout out to Dunks for being the anti-sneakle.
Yeah, I mean he got him on the show.
Wait, that was
so-
that was first thing in the morning for them
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah. But shout out to Dunks though. I mean he reached out and he was able to secure the interview. So
We still put him in the dunk tank though.
yeah, he's still going to the dunk tank. That's never gonna change. He could cure cancer and he's still going to that dunk tank.
Wow,
Damn, I ain't gonna go that
Yeah,
far. That's why you the worst.
Yeah, that's why you the worst.
That's
You're
why
the
he's
worst.
He's going to
You
the
the
dunk tank.
worst. You're
Hey,
the worst.
hey, look,
tank.
hey,
You're the
look.
worst.
He say shit like that. Nike still don't check him.
Exactly.
I swear to God, I'm gonna buy Dunks the South Park purple shirt with a big T on it,
Right.
and so that way you guys can just call him Token.
I mean, we need at least one.
That
We
is
need
so
at least
messed up.
one. That's
You're
all we
terrible
need.
for that season, bro.
Okay, well I'll be terrible. So episode 266, we need to get out of here because everybody's like staring at us now like we
Right. I think look like you got a fan over there
Zoo
too.
animals.
See,
All right, what?
look like you got a fan over there because she keep looking at you and then peeking back behind there.
She ain't looking at me, she's looking at you.
Now she looking at you.
She want that Pepsi money.
I ain't got it. Ain't no money, man.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
All right, okay.
I want that Chrysler money.
No.
You be bragging about them bonuses, man. So the world know, man.
Hey, you got that Nike bonus. We owning you, dog. We owning you, man. What you think you can lie to me? We owning you, bro.
Wow.
Who can sniff that Nike cleaner on you, man?
On that note, episode 266. We'll see you guys next week. We out.